Hi everyone, delonewolf here. Welcome back to some Path of Exile with the launch of the expansion that should add a lot of acts to the game and thus an enormous amount of content. I'm back to check it out. So I started a new character in the current league. My first check here is just going to see a little bit about what's changed, and I like a lot what I'm seeing here. So first of all, you've got some graphical updates that you can already see here. For instance, the energy shield has definitely gotten a different graphic, and you now have these little waypoints that will indicate to you where some of the interesting items on the map are. Very nice. So let's get in here, and I'm planning a Caster Templar, probably with totems as well, just because I think that that's a pretty easy way to get through that may actually be a little bit loud. Let's see here. Audio, sound. Yeah, master volume is definitely too loud here. Let's maybe put it around here and see if that's less overwhelming when I use my abilities. It still goes pretty high. And that's a level up. So this probably doesn't make a lot of sense to not go for some more tankiness first, but I think I'll just switch around here this way anyway, so it'll be alright. At first I'm focusing on my damage, and let's get going, try to find the mud flats. And here now, I think you can see it on the minimap, you've got this different barrier that shows your fog of war, and you actually have waypoints for the quests that are pretty clear. So let's grab this glyph. There we go. And I still, from the looks of it, not exactly sure. It does look like it's still too loud, so maybe we'll just save it at like 50%. And let's get going. Of course, the quest is still up here. So the maps are updated a little bit as well. Things are... Oh no, this is actually for... the glyph wall, and I don't have that yet, so let's see if the fitted pool is still to the left of this. Oh, here we get a boss. Couple of ads first, and let's just, yeah, I'm using a fairly simple spell here early on, fireball, but I'm decently tanky, and so this works out okay. Get away, you. Maybe we'll grab this spike bundle. And is that connected? Let's take a look. No. Oh, yeah, it is. Alright, so that's actually pretty good as well. Might even want to use that. 7 to 15. Yeah, it's definitely better as well. Just in case, we'll grab this. And here again, I do like this on the minimap, that you can see some of the interesting items a bit more clearly. So let's push through these zombies. And then I guess we'll go over here. Down you go. That's the final glyph. Take that. And now let's go look for the fitted pool. It's nice when the extra effect happens as well and they burn to death. That's pretty good. And here I feel like I'm getting this a little bit earlier now. So you can see that even from here I had all of that information that over there is something of interest that I could go check. So yeah, at the first glance, right, next to a lot of content and some updates to the map, because obviously the fitted pool used to always be on the top left of this map. They have added a ton of content, and I do... Oh, this is actually back to the coast. Alright, let's keep exploring. But they have added a ton of content normally, and I do look forward to exploring all of that. Probably my biggest gripe, which is something that Diablo 3 has basically fixed with their adventure mode, is the need to replay the game so many times on higher difficulty settings. And with all this extra content, that should be fixed, so this should be pretty interesting. Let's kill some more. Grab all of this. And yeah. Still not much to see. Now, here again when I'm tabbing to see where I'm going as well. This is, I feel, pretty improved. It's definitely clearer in my opinion. The outlines of what you haven't discovered is pretty clear as well. And this is not obtrusive at all. It's light enough that you can actually keep running with this. Now let's take care of these blues here. Fireball them then. There we go. And where the hell is the entrance to the fetid pool? Maybe it's this way. Let's take a look at that. Aha, I do see a little passageway over there. So let's kill that. And finally here is the fetid pool, like one of the early quests. Here, I'm not sure if you can tell, but I feel like the graphics have changed a little bit and they look pretty good. And again, here on the minimap, I do like these clearer boundaries of both what you've discovered and the boundaries of the map. And with this here as well, works pretty well. Yeah, slight improvement. Which is something that Path of Exile, in my opinion, although it's an amazing game, does do less well than Diablo 3. It's that feeling of smoothness and of polish, which is of course Blizzard's absolute speciality. They are so good at that. It's very difficult to compete, but my first experience here with the expansion, they have done some improvements on that front. Worked hard on it, and to me, it feels like they may have succeeded. So that's pretty cool. So now we need to kill everything in here. Right, another yellow here. So let's spam our fireballs. Get rid of him. That seems to be linked again. Yeah, alright, awesome. Destroy this. And I'm not going with the witch this time, although I am planning to do something pretty similar to a previous build that I had done, which is to have a main spell and then also have a totem run with that spell as well. I think that could be pretty cool. And a scroll of wisdom is definitely welcome. And this is what that miss. I'm not sure if you can tell it from the video, but that does feel less satisfying, the way you miss here. So that is something that yeah, is not as good, doesn't feel as good and as smooth as in Diablo, I have to be honest. But the rest of it here, the graphics, it basically feels a bit more crisp, a bit more clear, which I like. So let's kill these guys. That's the Necromancer down. Nothing too interesting that dropped. Get a bit more mana. And again, yeah, this immediate responsiveness of the stuff that you discover is really, really nice, I think. There's a level up. And for the fireballs, it's definitely okay as well. And he'll get a yellow, so let's do this one. Attacking me, you guys. Okay. Get rid of these skeletons. Maybe the chain gloves. 2 greens, not sure if I'll have any use for that, but we'll take it. And of course, Path of Exile does have these more unique systems when it comes to the skills, the gear. So that is pretty cool as well. 4 at once, that's not bad. You're down. And talk to Torkly for the reward. Okay, interesting experience here as well for me. I have done this quite a few times. I do tend to have alt-itis and I restart quite often. There used to be maybe more hidden parts here, so like here, that made that I oftentimes had to go around twice in the faded pool in order to, let's grab this, in order to finish it. And so this one felt maybe again a little bit smoother. Maybe they changed the layout just a little bit to make it slightly easier. So very nice. Let's go back here and talk to the quest givers. Here I think this is a slight change. You used to go in this way only, not sure, but if this is added now, it does make sense. The waypoint is on your way into town. And let's talk to Torkly. That's still exactly the same. So we can grab this. Thank you. Okay. Then let's sell some stuff. Which can you right click it? No, so you still have to click in drag. I would love to be able to just right click that into the sell category, but that's not in. Let's press accept and then let's take a quick look at the skills that there. So I'm not sure if this was there before. Arcane Surge support. Saw this immediately. Each supported spell will track how much mana you spend on it, granting a buff when the total mana spent reaches a threshold. Cannot support totems, traps or mines, but it gives you gain Arcane Surge when you spend 17 mana with supported skills. Arcane Surge grants 11% more spell damage, 11% increased cast speed. Not bad. 0.5% of maximum mana regeneration per second and lasts for 4 seconds. So it's pretty cool. You have similar Rootless support gem as well right off the bat, which maybe makes it a little bit easier on the start here so far. So next up we've got to travel to the Mudflats and then to the Prisoner's Gate. We're at around 12 minutes in, so maybe I'll stop it here for the very first look of Path of Exile after the expansion. So far I can see improvements across the board, and I definitely look forward to checking out the rest of the content that they've added with this expansion, and yeah, just to see whether or not you have to do this several times over again, if it's a grind, the difficulties and all of that stuff. Maybe one quick final note, something that I did experience was queues for the very first time. So this is maybe because it's right after the deployment of the expansion, but I was disconnected, came back to a queue of 2,000 people. So this is something that maybe if you want to rush into this all of a sudden, keep that in mind. It's extremely busy in Path of Exile at the moment because a lot of people are checking out the expansion, and it looks pretty damn good so far to me. So that's gonna be it for this one, guys. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, I'll see you next time.